This is my DIY stealth truck camper project that I'm building. I just put on my 200-watt solar panel and installed a power station. Now it's time for LED lights. Look at all these lights we have to install today. I've also got to do blackout curtains and connect all my circuits to my brand new Bluetti Elite 200. We have a camping trip coming up in 10 days, so we need to get on it. What do you want to do first?
Okay, the first thing we're going to do is install this TrueMod's fuse block. That way we're going to know where all the wires go. We think it's going to go somewhere over here.
That would make sense. That's where our house battery is.
There you go.
I'm going to use this piece of aluminum angle. I'm going to mount the fuse block to that, and then we're going to mount this right to there. I think my plan here is to use a couple of rivets. I'm going to utilize the zip screws that are already in this track. Take this one out. Nice. Now we have a place where we know all the wires are going to come to. They're going to come to that area right there.
Fuse box located. Done.
We have tons of cool lights to install. These are the main cargo lights, and then I have this awesome LED under hood light. This is going to be the light for the tailgate area. I can't wait to put this one in.
And we have this really cool RV light bar. It has LED lights and a dimmer switch, and we're going to install that right under here.
And I'm also going to wire the entire bed with LED lights to create 3 pools of light for my cargo area. I'm going to put the switches right there. Let's get these cargo lights installed. I think these are 4-inchers. Let's figure out where we're going to put them.
These lights came with their own screws, and it looks like they're just the right length. We're going to keep this simple. We're going to mount these cargo lights right next to where the solar panel bolts come down.
Do a little test with the trolling motor battery. Oh yeah. All right, good.
Okay, this is the on-off switch for the dome lights, and we are going to install this right up here.
All right, we'll come up about 1 inch off of the bottom to the center of these holes. We're gonna have multiple switches here. Try to catch some of the sawdust. All right, I got my positive wire going here. That positive wire is gonna go to the middle post of our switch. We'll put a connector on here for connecting to the positive side of the fuse block. This guy's gonna go right there, and I'm gonna leave enough wire to tuck him all up there nice. And I'll cut this a little long, probably about there. That hot wire coming from the fuse is gonna go to that middle post of our 3-prong switch. Let me get this end crimped on here so we can plug it in. Positive from our light is gonna go to this post, and then our negative wire is going to go all the way to the battery, and then we're going to put a jumper on there to make the little light light up. This is the positive wire from our lights. Remember, that's going to go on this end right there. To test out my circuit, I've got my trolling motor battery from lead time. Let me power it up. Oh, all right, all my lights are on. What about the switch light? Is it on?
Yes, it is.
All right, now let me turn it off. And we'll hit the power again, and the lights out.
Lights out.
Main cargo lights are done, and we've got the switch installed for that. Which light should we install next? I've got the RV light bar that's going under there, or should we go right to the tailgate light? That's the under the hood light from Nightlight. Let's do the RV light bar. It's a new day working on my LED lights. While I'm waiting on Roger to get here, I'm going to go ahead and measure for where I want to put my RV LED light bar. I'm not trying to overcomplicate this. I'm just trying to find the center lengthwise and widthwise. Here's our first look at this thing. This is supposed to be very standard in the RV industry. I can't wait to see what this thing looks like. This RV light is pretty standard. It's what you would find in most RVs. It's aluminum and plastic. I want to kind of see what it looks like. I'm going to use my trolling motor battery again. A short press is on and off, and a long press dims the light. That's gonna be awesome. I drilled a hole and I'm pulling the wires up above so that I can hide them along the back edge of this lip. I think that's gonna be better than trying to surface mount them. Hey, look who's here. It's Roger. All right, now I just need to run these 2 wires to my fuse block, one on the positive, one on the negative, and that'll have my RV light all hooked up. Once I get all these lights hooked up and it gets a little darker, we'll show you all the lights in action. Under shelf RV light done. Next up, I've got these blue lights. I'm gonna mount these behind my shelf lip there. I can turn these on at night as a night light so I don't get scared. I'm just gonna daisy chain 3 of these things together. I'm gonna put one in the middle and space the other 2 out. All right, there's my daisy chain. I've got them spread out even. Let me get them back here, and I'll try to get my big mitts back there to get a couple screws in this thing. My blue lights are all attached. Now I want to put them on a switch. I'm going to put that switch right there. All right, it's switch time. We're going to wire this one up just like we did the other one. And just like our other switch, the power to the battery is going to go in the middle. Go in there. So let me route this up through. We'll pull it up through the hole. There we go. All right, power to the switch is mounted in the middle. Let me route this wire down. And then the positive from our lights is going to go to the bottom of the switch, which is that silver one. Then we have our ground from the light. I've put a jumper onto that. That's going to our fuse block. And we're going to plug this into the top of the switch. I'm just hooking up these wires to my trolling motor battery again so we can do a little test. Throw the switch here. Oh yeah, I don't know if you can see those blue lights up there. Is it showing up on the camera? Got blue lights, nice. And then our switch indicator light is on, off, on. All right, I'm gonna route these down to the fuse block. We'll put blades on them and get them plugged in. Indirect shelf lighting, done.
We are gonna make some blackout curtains today, but not just yet. Next, I think we should do the rock lights.
Rock lights it is. For the rock lights, I definitely wanna have my switch here so that I can turn them on and off. And those rock lights, we're gonna put right under the bumper so that I have a pool of light at my feet when I need it. All right, I've got 2 of these blue lights. I've got one here and then I've got one over there. I'm mounting them to the bottom of the hitch. And I'm out of shrink wrap, but I'm gonna use old school electrical tape. It's gonna be up inside the tubing of the hitch, so I don't think it's gonna be a problem. What do you guys think? I think it's gonna be just fine. We've got our wires run up from our rock lights to the switch. I'm gonna wire it in. I already showed you how to do that, so I'll do that off camera.
Rock lights are done.
We have 2 light circuits left to run. We have this automotive hood light. That's gonna go on our tailgate hatch. We have some circuits under the bed. That's gonna light up our cargo area. We need to hook up our house battery, and we still have to make our blackout curtains.
Okay, this is the light that we have. It's made for the hood of a car, and this is going to be our tailgate light. Oh, let's see how long this thing is. Oh, it's got its own switch. 13 inches, 14. All right, this is our plan. We're going to mount this light strip to the aluminum angle, and then we're going to mount the angle to the hatch. Let's get this thing cut.
Like butter. All right, so this is peel and stick. I got the backing off of there. We're going to attach it to this angle like so. And then we're going to attach that to the tailgate hatch. And that's going to be bright. The wire that they gave us for this light is pretty long. for the switch. I think I'm going to cut this wire and splice it together so that I can put my switch right up here. Do a little shrink wrap on here and it'll be like nothing ever happened. Nice. That was my only piece of shrink wrap. This switch here is just peel and stick. I'm going to clean this up with some alcohol and I'm going to peel it and stick it. There we go. We'll put it right there. Tailgate light is done.
Can't wait to see that when it gets dark.
It's another new day and I'm working on these lights under the bed. I'm going to do a couple things here. I'm going to pull this bed out to wire it, but first I'm going to run feed lines from the fuse block up and over to where I can access power for the bed. I have a positive and a negative wire here. I'm just going to route this up over my back window hatch down to the fuse block over here. And I got the other end running over here. Let me secure that and then we'll take the next steps. All right, that gives me my positive and negative lead over here. That's going to give me power to power up the bed. I've got this mini bus bar left over from a previous project. I'm going to use this as a distribution panel up behind the bed. So we'll jump power from there down to the bed with this. Get this bed out of here. If you guys want to know how I built this bed, I made a whole video about it. I will put a link down in the video description. To start wiring the bed, I'm going to put my little distribution bus bar. I'm going to mount it right here at the front of the bed. I've drilled a hole here for my wires to go through so that I can mount that thing right there. I don't think one screw is going to be enough, so I will put a second screw in here. I know I want to have 3 zones of lights under there with 3 switches. I've got these little LEDs. I'm going to put one in the back, one in the middle. I'm going to put one at the front. I'm going to set my switches up very similar to what I have up here on the shelf. I'm going to do 3 switches. I'm going to line them up right here on the end of the bed. Now I'm going to take my Christmas tree bit and I'm going to expand the hole on the back side to accommodate my plugs. I'm going to mount this first light right here at the back. This is where the tray is. Just using these teeny tiny little sheet metal screws. It's crazy how the threads on sheet metal screws are very similar to wood screws. My next light I'm going to put right here in the middle. This is going to cast light down to the floor. And my last light is going to mount right back here in the back. There's 1, 2, 3 lights. Let's get some wires run all the way back to these switches. I can't wait to see what this looks like once it gets dark. I've got this bed turned around the other way now. This is the back, that's the front. I'm going to run a red wire, which is my hot wire. For each one of these lights is going to go to their individual switches. The black wire from each light is going to go to our little fuse block up there. I picked up some more heat shrink and some of these low voltage staples to keep all of this super clean. My plan here is to have some disconnects so the bed itself actually plugs into that wire we ran earlier up over. So I can disconnect it if I need to, but I'm going to plug this guy in. With these connections, I can unplug the bed and pull it out and clean if I need to and put it back in, and these connections will make that happen. Next, we're going to hook up the house battery and power all of our lights up. But before we do that, let's make some blackout curtains. To attach the curtains to the windows, I'm going to be using this aluminum angle. I've drilled a hole in the top and the bottom. That's going to be where my shock cord will attach. I have 2 holes drilled here. Let's go fix it to the window. I'm just using 2 of the existing screws. And we're going to attach it right to the window like this. Let me get the other one in there before it gets too tight. Over on this side, I've already got my shock cord cut, and I have it attached with these stainless steel S-binders. That way I can take it off. These are the curtains that I picked up off of Amazon. These are Blackout curtains. There's 2 and 2. Now these are hemmed at the top, but not at the bottom. These are 34 by 40. These are going to work out perfect. So I'll have a 34 and a 34. I'm going to cut it in half at 20. That's going to leave enough to make new curtains for Roger's truck. Little Goodwill sewing machine seems to be doing all right. The Goodwill sewing machine came through for me. I've got my curtains all sewn together. Got this 1/8 inch shock cord is going to be my upper and lower curtain rods. And then I've got this little hook here. That's what's going to attach it to the aluminum angle that we put in there. Let me get the curtains on there and I'll show you guys what it looks like. After I get these curtains installed, when it gets dark later, I'm going to show you guys all of the LED lights that we installed. Okay, let's move these things over a little bit and see what they look like. This could be just a little bit tighter. I think if I tighten up my bungee, it'll keep it from sagging. But I think that looks pretty good. What do you guys think? Let me show you the other side. That's what the other side looks like. Heck yeah. The house battery for the DIY stealth camper is going to be the Bluetti Elite 200. This is the V2, which is the second version lithium iron phosphate battery. To connect this to the camper shell, I have this adapter. This is the automotive 12-volt connector, and it has ring terminals on the other end. This is going to connect to the positive and negative of the True Mods fuse block. Let's get that installed. Positive to positive, negative to negative. These have a flat washer and they have a nut that we're going to put on there. Let's get these connected. To plug the camper shell now into the Bluetti, we're going to use the one and only 12-volt plug that they have. I picked up this adapter that has a double 12-volt plug on it. I'm going to use this guy so that maybe I'll be able to use a 12-volt refrigerator. Let's get this plugged in. We're going to turn on the DC power and wait till it gets dark, and I'm going to show you all the lights. To start with, I love my 4 cargo lights. These lights are bright, and with that switch right at the end of the shelf, they're going to be super accessible. And those blue lights that I mounted for indirect lighting on my overhead shelf are awesome too. Just enough light up there. And what do you guys think about these rock lights? Every camper should have lighting underneath just in case you drop something at night. I'm glad I took the time to wire my underbed storage lights. These lights are bright and will come in handy when I'm fumbling around looking for some stuff under my bed. The light that I will probably use the most is my tailgate light. This thing lights up my entire tailgate area. I'd love to hear your thoughts about these LED lights and my blackout curtains. Leave me a comment and check out the other videos for my camper build. I've made a bunch of them.